Hullbreacher? Let me just check. Pretty sure Kenza played the last event as well. Oh, they didn't play today. Yesterday. Okay, never mind then. Pretty sure they're like an Urza player or like a Grixis Tinker player. Anyways, all right, everybody ready? Round 3, Vintage Challenge. Let's begin. This hand looks reasonable. I'm almost not sure that we can actually mystical. We really do need a land. Oh, I was supposed to play this emerald out actually because I have the. Whoa, what am I doing? Oh, chat. I forgot that this was on color. Oh no, I need to wake up. I need to fucking wake up. Chat, you gotta wake me up. You can't let me do these shit plays. Oh man. Goggles, you're against Sawa Tarix. Oh, Tarix. They're on Twitter. I don't know if you know them on Twitter. I think they're also in the Discord actually as well. I actually don't think Dak is insane. Um but I'm definitely gonna cast it here, I think. Hey, I'm not gonna mystical, I don't think. See. I feel like it's kind of unfortunate because I feel like I'm gonna get dazed. I kind of want to play out this emerald. It does make my deck a lot worse by playing out the emerald, but I think I'm gonna just steal their jet. Force pitching negation. All right, I'm in on this. I feel like we played this game already so badly, but whatever. Okay, so they're not on Doomsday. They're just on probably Grixis Tinker. So we're gonna get Pyroblasted, or we're gonna get Flustered. Or... All right, that's not the worst. This is not the end of the world for us. I don't want to cast Mystical now because if they like untap and just slam a Hullbreacher, it's really bad for us. We are pretty far behind though by losing that counter war. We obviously have a lot of mana, but we don't really have much to do with our mana, so. No, I disagree, Rubens. I think tutoring now recall there would be a mistake. If they were to counter my mystical, that is fine. But if we mystical for ancestral and they just slam a Hullbreacher, it's like really, really bad for us. What is this? Is this not an agent? Does nothing have flash? Oh, they have demonic tutor? So they're just gonna get ancestral then. Or they could get Tinker, I guess. They are on Grixis Urza or Grixis Tinker or something like that. I'm having a really hard time staying awake. We're only in round 3. Ew. It's gonna be a challenge. I mean, I know it's a challenge, right? But the challenge is gonna be a challenge. From the East Coast of the United States. Oh, that's really bad. Oh, they drew Tinker. They drew. Ooh, they cracked it. So they are on Urza. Interesting. All right. Now is the time. Yes, it is currently 5 a.m. and I have not slept yet. Not the ideal situation. So there's like some downsides to getting an ancestral, but it's just the best play. Maybe they left or they have a different name. I don't know. Pretty unlikely this gets countered unless they have exactly force blue card. Okay. Pretty bad for me because they actually have 5 mana to spin as well. Yeah, this is just kind of unlucky. I think opponent's hand was a lot better than ours. I don't think we like obviously we didn't play great because we could have jammed the deck on turn one, which we probably would have done. Oh, they just top decked Treasure Cruise. I mean, what am I gonna do? Opponents just have done a little bit stronger things than us. We had the mystical ancestral, they got to demonic ancestral, theirs resolved, ours didn't. They drew a cruise off the top, we drew a flusterstorm, so not much I could do about this situation, I think. Obviously, we could have resolved a Dak Fade on turn one. That would be what we could have done, but I fucked up. So I kind of have to top deck a Delve spell. Why wouldn't you spin first then? Clearly, opponent wants to spin. No, holding up Hardcast Force. Well, maybe we can get them with this, I guess. They must be holding up Hardcast Force though. I mean, if this resolves, they get -2 cards. I feel like they have Hardcast Force is what they have though. See what happens. Yeah, they had Hardcast Force. Kind of a runaway game. But it was extremely likely for our deck to resolve on turn one if we had jammed it. So it's kind of it's just my own fault, really. I kind of threw away my advantage. Not that a turn one deck is like that good. It's typically only okay. Um, this is a matchup where Braid's actually pretty good and Bolt is kind of bad. I don't really think I want to play Grudge. It's like not really the avenue I really want to fight over. Maybe one Grudge is fine though. Over Mystical. Yeah, Lynn, it's degen hour, that's for sure. That is for sure. That's not a normal one for me, Creamsicle. It's definitely not a normal one. But I don't know, I must have had some caffeine today and I just didn't fall asleep, so We're here. We're doing it. Look at Shelby. I love this art. This art's fantastic. We got Dog Through Time, and we got Shelby over here. Yeah, so I wonder how that game would have gone if we had resolved attack faded into the start of the game. Because we had an active force, right? And we would have been able to. I mean, we didn't really have great pitches. I guess we would have pitched Mystic Sanctuary. We had 3 cards, 4 cards, down to 1 card. We activate, we pitch. Yeah. Be a little awkward, but it'd be an interesting game. Wish we had done it. Alright, see if we can make a comeback here. We're playing the big blue Pyroblast mirror, basically. That we have some Hydras and they have Urzas. Man, I really think this deck has problems with its mana sourcing. I feel like this is a keep, though. It is 5 mana sources, but I think it's pretty good. I think we just play both of these out, and then we hold the Crypt and maybe deck it that way later. I think this deck definitely needs another deck fade in. What is this? Boring. Sure. Definitely gonna murder their lands thing. Maybe we did want more grudges. I guess it's possible that we wanted more grudges, huh? So the downside of taking this line is that I do leave myself open to Ancestral by not holding up in Pyroblast. They're gonna Flusterstorm this? Sure. Fine. I don't think I want to. I don't think I care about playing around that, and I feel like they probably should have Flusterstormed the. I guess, yeah. I don't really care if they save the Mana Crypt, really. Yeah. If I draw a Hullbreacher, then I have Flashback. I have the ability to Pyroblast a Force of Will. I mean, if they're gonna play a Flusterstorm on that spell, like, I'm fine with that, right? Maybe I should just wait. It's possible I'm supposed to just wait. We do have nothing going for us. My own fault, because I kept it, but still seems like it's correct. Hope we just draw like a Mana Gorger Hydra. Well, this is actually a pretty decent spot to wheel. Yeah, I'm fucking down. This is a good instance of getting the Flusterstorm out of their hand, Karate. Yeah, I would rather not draw. Uh, wow. Okay. What do I want to do with a hand like this? Probably supposed to just jam a Hydra here. Have double force back up. Hullbreacher is obviously susceptible to Pyroblast. Their hand was Cruise Narset. Wow. I think I'm just supposed to jam a Hydra here. See how good their 7 was. Our 7 was insane. We actually have Mystic Sanctuary back Wheel of Fortune if we have an active Hullbreacher as well. I don't know if we'll get to that point because if the Hydra resolves, it probably wins. I don't really know. I doubt opponent has a way to kill this card in its deck. So they kind of need to have an active. They have to have like a forcible here. Yeah, that's fine. And I do like the situation that we're in. This wheel was kind of interestingly pretty good because we had the mana crypt. Especially with their own mana crypt in play. If this is resolving, we're in great shape. We just have to beat whatever is their hand, and we have multiple counterspells to do it. So, um, yeah, it's not as big a metagame portion as it used to be, but people do still play PO. I think it's insane. Oh wow, they found a forest. Okay, my own forest. I'm gonna pitch the stack. Yeah, you probably have to play like a mini pyroblast in PO, in the main, and I just think like I don't know. When you get to the point where you're playing a bunch of Pyroblasts and removal spells in your PO deck, you're better off just playing Xerox. Didn't lose the mana crypt flip. I mean, you pretty much should always be playing Xerox anyways, but all right, let's see what opponent can do. I mean, opponent could easily have like Tinker Citadel plus Buster Storm or something, right? Opponent could also have like Tinker Sphinx, which we can't beat. Um, be- because you can't play Force of Negation on your turn for free. They have Tinker off of it. Sphinx has vigilance, so that's not a true statement. Wow, this resolve. We're pretty lucky here. Yeah, it does. If that Tinker hadn't had resolved, I think we probably lose. Sphinx is good. Sphinx is definitely good. So if opponent hadn't forced my Hydra, I guess then I would have had 2 forces. So it doesn't matter. I think that we basically high rolled the fuck out of our Wheel of Fortune. Like our Wheel of Fortune was almost perfect. If this strand was another blue card, we would have had the perfect Wheel of Fortune. So I mean, we got very lucky again. Our Wheel of Fortunes have been incredibly lucky tonight. So they're gonna resolve an Ancestral Recall here, which is fine. So if I draw a cantrip, I'm going to put the Pyroblast back on top of my library thing. Not the best draw. Well, yes, PO is actually just a Tinker deck, and the PO part of it is not very good. I agree. But I've been telling people that for a very long time, and no one listens. I think that's just always been the case. Since the printing of Citadel, anyways. This Mentor? What is white? Oh, it's a Yawgmoth's Will. So they top decked a... No. This can't resolve. Blue. I guess I'm supposed to... If they have... they should win. Maybe I'm supposed to actually pitch a Force of Will there. Because if they have Fluster, I can pay. I probably am supposed to pitch Force of Will there. Because if I make it to the next turn, I'm winning anyways. So that was a misplay. If anyone's watching, that was a misplay. I should have forced pitching Force. Yo is fun to play. I agree. I'm a little off it now. I think I'm supposed to play a couple more grudges, or at least one more grudge, I think. I thought the grudge was pretty good there. Maybe it was just that instance, but the grudge seemed pretty strong. Like the grudge made my wheel a lot better as well. I'm kind of in on the grudge. What do I cut though? Why don't I just cut like this jet? Pearl. No, let's cut the island. Maybe I'm not allowed to do that. I do that a lot though. I might not be allowed to do that one. No, I can totally cut this jet, right? Eh. It's probably fine. Yo, Julian, how's it going? Been pretty good. Not bad. Definitely had some impressive moments and some awkward. This card is a 3/2 flash that doesn't do anything moments. But overall, I've been, I would say I've probably undersold it and been relatively impressed by it. Because I had a pretty low rating of it going into, like spoilers season. But, it's a little bit better than I thought it was, I think. All right, we got another game 3 here. Another one of these kind of hands, huh? I mean, I think this is a keep. Just a little awkward, right? I don't think so. I mean, I could be wrong. It could be format warping, but I just don't see it like not really. I don't see it the same way as I see Narset. I don't play much Legacy right now, but I'm sure it's decent there as well. All right, I hate this card so much. I wish they would just nuke this card out of Magic's existence. This card is so dumb. Trying to play like an intricate game of Magic where your opponent just knows your entire hand for free is like hurts me, man. It really hurts. Yeah, the thing though is there's no main deck Pyroblasts. This format has like 3 main deck Pyroblast in all the blue decks. I think I'm interested in grudging this on their upkeep. I feel very far behind right now. Opponents cast Ponder and Preordain, and and they know my hand, and they know I just have one force. Like, I feel like really, really bad about the spot we're in currently. Just pray they don't have Pyroblast. Like, it's just I don't like Xerox mirrors. I don't like how it's just who has Ancestral. Really dislike this kind of magic. Good draw though. Uh, I should have used a fetch land because they know I have nothing in my hand now. I was trying to figure out a reason that I didn't want to use this, and that was the reason. We're playing very loose tonight. It's just kind of hard. I do need to sleep. No, I'm not unhappy with Vintage. I think Vintage is in a fine spot. The metagame ebbs and flows. I just think that I mean these are not the kind of decks that I enjoy playing very much. So they drew a Treasure Cruise. They just printed so many busted blue spells. The blue decks are crazy. This is definitely a cruise. Like my opponent has now drawn 10 more cards than me or whatever. Like I just feel completely like I have no chance of ever playing this game, you know? And it was nothing like obviously I could have mulliganed, but then you're like behind on more cards. But it feels like I have no agency in this game. When we're on very similar decks. It's just like they had ancestral, so they are super far ahead, right? Though to be fair, if we had found like one more Moxen and jammed a breacher, then maybe their ancestral wouldn't have worked because they didn't have pyroblast or something. But yeah, but it's like that's not the same, bro. Because there's just one ancestral in every deck. If they immediately have a lightning bolt, that works. But in general, they probably don't have a way to deal with a mana gorge or hydra, so this could still win the game. So I mean, this game is not lost, but it doesn't feel like I had agency in winning it, right? Like I feel like I just like I didn't make any decisions that would be different from any other player, right? Like I just played my cards. So I don't know. I don't like that very much. That's a probably a pretty good draw right now, though. It might not be though, because they could just have Pyroblast. That's the problem with this card. Is it can get hit by Pyroblast, but it's also the upside that it's a blue permanent, so like it goes in more decks and it pitches a Force of Will. That's like it's a kind of a very vintagey balance where like blue cards are very good because they pitch a Force of Will and they go in blue decks, but they're also get hit by Pyroblast. So this is awkward. Opponent actually played. Well, they have to play a Moxen if they want to tinker. That might be why they're playing this, because it's kind of awkward to play a Moxen into a Mana Gorge Hydra. If they fetch, though, I am 1000% to just hit this. Now they don't have a tinker target. And maybe they're just fueling for another delve. Like maybe they're fueling for a dig through time and this is a bait, but I think it's fine. Our set. Okay. I mean, there's some argument to casting this in response to the Narset on the stack, but I think I'd rather just jam end of turn. I f- Black Lotus. I mean, if they still need another Mox to tinker. Oh, they have Time Walk. That's probably bad for me. I don't think I'm supposed to like cast this Hullbreacher, but I guess it doesn't. Hmm. I mean, now's a decent time that I won't get Pyroblasted on the stack, but I don't think that matters. That doesn't make sense. I think to cast it. They also know that I have a strand, so they know I don't have force, but I can keep representing like Cluster Pyro negation. So, I mean, they probably have to Tinker kill me if they want to win this game, I would think. I mean, maybe they have Vault Key. They could have Vault Key. Vault Key would be lethal. Force of Will. Well, that's a problem, right? I mean, they still need like they do still need to find an answer. I really don't have like I said, I don't have choices. I my choice was in mulliganing, and that's basically the only choice I made this game. They've already used Ancestral. Do they have a repeal in their deck? A repeal is an answer. Maybe they just go for dig through time then. They're gonna be pretty low on colored sources after that. I guess theoretically they could like mystical for a removal spell if there was one in their deck. Not merchant scroll, like merchant for mystical, and then use Narset or something. I mean, they get to look at their deck here and see if they have any answers. They might just concede if they have no answers. But I feel like they would probably just get dig through time and go for Tinker or something, maybe. I don't even know what their Tinker target is. They got dig through time, sure. So if they have a Sanctuary, they can Sanctuary Time Walk to the top of their deck and then dig through time for it. They don't have a Sanctuary, it looks like. Interesting. I mean, like I said, it can their deck beat it, I guess, is the only thing we have going for us. Maybe their deck just can't win. Like they did make it lethal, right? By casting all of these spells. We're here. We're doing the thing. Yep. They're playing Grixis Tinker, I think. Or like Urza. Grixis Urza Tinker thing. I mean, maybe they find like an Urza off this and they play it so they can jump for a turn, but I don't know. I don't know. It looks like I believe that they play a list similar to like a Goggles list. Or maybe they even took Goggles Urza list and play it. Like we saw Saheeli in Urza in the first two games. So if they use this for blue, then it's actually really good for us. Yeah, yeah. This is my time. This is my time. This is my time, chat. Yeah, they might have Vault Key. That's what I was. Yeah. It's my time. F6. And we know they have Force of Will, so they just have to have another blue card. But that also makes their Brainstorm a lot worse. Okay, they have Pyroblast, but they did crack for red here, so that's good for us too. Sure. All right. You have no more blue mana. You've cast your Brainstorm. You best be taking infinite turns, or we're gonna hit you with a Hydra, and you're not gonna be happy about it. Yes, it's a merfolk. True statement. It's also a pirate. I think it's also a rogue. Nope, it's just a pirate. It's not a rogue. Well, they used the brainstorm off of the island, which I do think was a mistake, Elf. I agree. All right, I do think we got very, very lucky there. We topped like a Hydra, and the Hydra was good enough. So, I mean, I think we're running. I think our opponents have helped us a lot tonight. I mean, we'll take it. We'll take it. I'm gonna use the restroom, and then we'll probably play some more historic while we wait for round 4. Probably.